Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robert Hollis Jr. here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this short video. As you can see on the tagline, the name of this video was Would Pinocchio Make a Good Network Marketer? Now, before you leave some crazy comments or get, too crazy with me, I know that's a pretty controversial tagline for a video. Let me just start off by saying that I love network marketing. I just love the home-based business profession, period. I've made a small fortune doing so, and the lifestyle and freedom that I've been able to have is just absolutely priceless. So I really do believe in this profession and love it, but I also believe this is a pretty valid video to be making right now. See, not everybody, don't get me wrong, but I believe that there's a lot of hype and over-promising and under-delivering in our profession. I mean, some people, it just seems like they'll do or say anything to get somebody to sign up in your company. And I believe that's one of the biggest reasons, A, why people drop off and quit, and B, have a negative, stigma around our profession. But, let me tell you a couple stories to kind of elaborate on that a little bit more, because I believe that, sometimes when you see, an opportunity overview, it's like, oh my gosh, two that gets two, and they'll get two, and you get two, and before you know it, you're rich. Well, if you ask anybody in this profession that's made $1 million a year or even just $100,000 a year, ask them if it was hard work, if it took time, if they had to grow, if they had to put effort into it. See, I want you guys to realize that this profession is no different from anything else out there. Let me give you an example. A doctor. What if a kid came to you today, a young kid, it could be your kid, a sibling, a friend of the family, whatever it is, and they said, listen, Robert, I made a decision today that I want to grow up and be a doctor. See, wouldn't that be a great profession? You get to help people. You can make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year, depending on what your practice is, being a doctor. And when you tell other people, oh, I'm a doctor, it's like, whoa. I even have a couple friends, it's like, man, I'm going to school to learn how to be a doctor. Wow, it's like something prestigious. It's a great, goal to have. But don't we set up realistic expectations for somebody who wants to be a doctor? Let me elaborate. If my son came to me and said, listen, Daddy, I want to grow up and be a doctor, the first thing I would say is, listen, that's awesome. I know you can do it, but understand it's going to be a lot of hard work and dedication and sacrifice. First off, the 4 years that you're in high school, you better not be messing around. You better get really good grades. I mean, such good grades that first off, you would even be accepted into a college. And second off, maybe even get a scholarship that can help pay for some of it. Because, if you're not in a blessed family that has a lot of money, I just looked it up online. It's an average of like $160,000 to $300,000 to go to college to get your education to become a doctor. So you make that happen. You do extracurricular activities. You focus. You work. You spend 4 years of your life dedicated in high school just to get accepted to go to college. Then what? Now you got to spend 6 years in college. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, dedication, sacrifice to actually get your degree to become a doctor. So now you spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, a decade. Did you guys hear that? A decade of your life to now have the diploma to say you're a doctor. Doesn't stop there. Nobody's going to let somebody perform heart surgery fresh out of college. So now you have to be an understudy, or you have to work at a practice for almost free or next to nothing to now be mentored and taught by a doctor to become successful. Maybe after really hard work and focus and dedication of that, 2 or 3 years later, you'll be a doctor, you have made it. So over a decade of your life and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, let me ask you a question. Why do kids, young girls and young boys, every day decide to be a doctor? Not only decide to be a doctor, but they were told the same story, and they analyze it and go, the end result of being a doctor is worth it to me. I'm willing to put in the sacrifice and the dedication. Now, I still believe being a network marketer, a professional network marketer, is way better than being a doctor. You get to help people with the products you're marketing. You get to help people with their finances and their freedom. Not only that, you can make way more money as a network marketer and have all the free time in the world. See, I know friends that are going to school to be doctors and they have no life whatsoever. But if it's, to me, a better profession, why would somebody sit in a presentation, and I've seen this time and time again, ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh, do you think you could get 2 people in your first week? Of course you could. That would be easy. And since it's so easy for you to do, of course those 2 will go out and get 2. And on your 3rd week, those 4 will go get 2. And they get 2, and on your 12th week, oh my gosh, you're going to be making $30,000 to $40,000 a month in residual income. And what do most people do? Wow, that looks easy. I'm going to get in this thing. I'm going to make tons of money. And whatever it is on the product, or, well, I don't have time for that. Don't worry, you don't need much time. I'm here to help you. All you got to do is put in like an hour a day and just focus, and before you know it, you'll quit your job. Does that happen, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, but to me it's almost like winning the lottery. It does happen, but let's just say for 99 or whatever, 97% of people, that doesn't happen. You gotta put in work. You gotta put in focus. You know, the story that people always tell with me, and it's a true story. The current company I'm with, I started about 5 years ago. I didn't have a dime to my name. I didn't have any savings. I was financially broke, mentally broke, spiritually broke. And I put in 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, for 3 months straight. In 90 days, I was making over $3,000 a week residual. Now that's the story everybody hears, and it's true. But what we always forget to say, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of having a job. My father's made millions in network marketing, so I decided to work with him part-time, very minimal, a couple hours a day, if that. 6 months went by, barely made any money. So my father decided to go back to Montana while I stayed at my job. I made the mental decision that, hey, I didn't like my job. I'm going to go in, put, full hours in, quit my job, everything. And I focused really, really hard for a year in a company and made about $5,000 or $6,000. Not that much money. All of a sudden, my 2nd year, we get involved with a travel company. I'm doing this once again wide open, full-time, ladies and gentlemen, learning. I was an introvert. I didn't know that many people. I hated talking to people. And after a lot of work and dedication and focus, that year I made about $10,000. Once again, probably not enough for most people to quit your job. After all that struggle, learning, sacrifice, about my 3rd year in network marketing, we found an amazing company, which is the one I'm still with today. And then the story was true. I was broke. I was financially broke. And in 90 days, I was making $3,000 a week. See, I still believe, ladies and gentlemen, that if we told that story, people would understand that you have to be committed, that the end game, wait a second, so sacrifice, dedication, hard work, and in 3 years from now, and 4 years from now, I could be making $3,000 a week? Are you kidding me? That's totally worth it. That's a little bit different story and why I brought it up. Would Pinocchio make a good network marketer? I got that idea because I was watching a Geico commercial and they said, yeah, don't you know that Pinocchio wouldn't make a good motivational speaker? And he's looking at everybody and goes, you're going to be a millionaire. You're amazing. And his nose keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Where, once again, I know it's controversial, but I feel like a lot of network marketers would be in that category. Why not just tell people up front what it's going to take? Because I still think that it's worth it. See, once again, telling people that it's easy, they have to put in a little bit of work. I just want you guys to think about that 90 days. Because people always say you can do it part-time and no time you're going to be making money. Well, if I put in 12 hours a day, 6 days a week for 90 days, that's what? About 900 hours I put in 90 days? And somebody wants to get off work every day and put in like an hour after work. So yeah, you can become successful. It just might take you 3 years. a little bit different story, but once again, I feel like we say anything to get somebody in the business. Yeah, you put in an hour, you'll do this, the product will cure cancer, make your leg grow back, whatever it is, because we want that sell so bad, but you always wonder why people keep dropping out of your company as fast as you're recruiting them. It's the salesman syndrome, the overpromising and overpromising and under-delivering, the hype, rah, 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 we're all going to be rich, instead of looking at somebody just like a doctor and saying, listen, man, between me and you need a lot of work. My life has completely changed after listening to the mentorship of your upline or the company system. I'm a better person now. I'm a better communicator. I have a better relationship with my families. I have more friends now. And guess what? After sacrificing the last 6 months, I got an extra $500 a month coming in. It's amazing. I was able to pay off some debt. I now just bought a brand new car. See, that expectation is relatable with somebody. It might happen. So, sorry for going off on a little bit of tangent. I'm sure you guys can hear I'm very passionate about that because I'm just tired of people going out there and lying to people, telling them that this is easy. Is it easier than getting a job and putting in all that effort? I personally think so. But what is hard about it, ladies and gentlemen, is sacrificing after you put your 8 hours, having somebody else tell you what you're worth. After putting in all that sacrifice for your job and your family, to dig down as an entrepreneur and put that extra 2-3 hours a day in and stay consistent. That's what's hard. But if you put as much effort in at your job and your schooling as you did with your network marketing company, there's no doubt in my mind after time and dedication that you can be just as successful as every one of the stories you hear in your company and every one of the stories you see online. So why not set people's expectations to go to hard work so you can change your life forever? So thank you guys so much for watching this short video. This is Robert Hollis Jr. signing off. For more great videos or a chance to work directly with me, you can go to caughtthedream.com. Fill out your information. It just goes to me. I'll give you a call if you got any questions, or please leave your comments and feedback below. We've been loving all the love that we've been getting, and truly my dream is hopefully each and every one of you can catch your dreams. This is Robert Hollis Jr. signing off. Have a wonderful and blessed day.